Good Friday morning, South Carolina Weather Watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Thursday yesterday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson. Let's talk about the weather for your Friday. Looking at the radar right now, you can see that nothing's going on in the entire state of South Carolina. If we scroll all the way out, let's go to the MRMS. MRMS here shows that we do have some precipitation just off the coast of North Carolina. Also, some scattered precipitation going on inside the west as well. And actually, I believe the precipitation that's falling is actually snow. We got some snow over here in Oregon, some snow over here falling inside of Nevada. All of that is indeed snow falling onto the ground right now as we speak. So that's what's going on right now. That was the live radar. If you go on and talk about our current cloud cover, pretty much the entire state is covered with cloud cover. There's not really much to really talk about here. But if you go to our cloud cover for the future, push this forward, you can see that cloud cover is moving, kind of just to the coast, and then kind of moving off shore, kind of. And then as you continue to push this forward, you can see as we get into our Saturday as well, cloud cover just really becomes thin. And even into our Sunday morning as well. Just pretty thin, to be honest. Not really going to be much, but we'll talk about that more tonight. Current temperature is 57 in Columbia, 59 in Charleston, 57 in Georgetown, as well as 57 inside of Myrtle Beach, 55 inside of Florence, 57 in Rock Hill, as well as 57 inside of Greenville, 53 in Anderson, 53 inside of Greenwood, 59 inside of Edgefield and Augusta, as well as Barnwell, Fairfax, Walterboro, and 57 in Orangeburg. High temperature for today. High temperature for today actually is not pretty much the same for pretty much everybody, unless you're down there near Hilton Head Island. We do have high temperatures today around 65 in Greenville, 64 inside of Spartanburg, 64 inside of Rock Hill, 65 in Cheraw, 64 in Dillon, 65 in Florence, 66 inside of Sumter, 67 inside Columbia and Camden, as well as 67 inside of Barnwell, Orangeburg, 68 inside of Walterboro, 65 inside of Moncks Corner, 64 in Charleston, 69 in Hilton Head Island, maybe even some isolated 70s out there. And the 65 in Anderson and other places like that. Peak sustained winds for today will actually be not too high, around 5 to 10 miles an hour in the western half of South Carolina from Anderson, Greenville, Spartanburg, Rock Hill, Winnsboro, as well as Columbia and Orangeburg, Barnwell, all those places like that. And then maybe even higher than 10 miles an hour in like Sumter, Florence, Dillon, Cheraw, Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, Charleston, Hilton Head Island as well. And then peak wind gust as you go through the next 24 hours. Around 9 in Anderson, 14 in Greenville, 13 in Spartanburg, as well as 16 in Rock Hill, 17 inside of Cheraw, 21 inside of Florence, 23 inside of Dillon, as well as 29 inside of Myrtle Beach, maybe even 16 at Barnwell, and then even 15 at Walterboro, 20 at Hilton Head Island, and then up to maybe even 30 miles an hour up there near Myrtle Beach. So wind gusts will be kind of pushing it today, especially if you're in the PD region of South Carolina. Definitely could be pushing today. You may hear a little gust inside the house, but again, this is nothing bad. You may see some trees in motion. You might see branches and all that kind of stuff, but again, I don't expect any damage to result from this. No, rainfall is expected within the next 24 hours, and we're not going to look at the models because I know for a fact that there's not really a chance of any sort of rainfall over today, but I'm just gonna check on my other screen. I don't see anything going on. I don't see anything going on all the way into tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, no precipitation expected for the next 36 or so hours. And here is our tropical outlook right here. You can see Tropical Storm Sarah is indeed here. Early next week, heavy rainfall from Sarah will cause potentially catastrophic, life-threatening flash flooding elsewhere across the rest of Honduras, Belize, El Salvador, eastern Guatemala, western Nicaragua, Quintana Roo, and all those places over there. Heavy rainfall will cause significant and life-threatening flash flooding and mudslides. As tropical storm conditions are expected along portions of the northern coast of Honduras and adjacent Bay of Islands, where tropical storm warnings are in effect. The system is forecast to approach Belize in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico late this weekend, where there is a risk of strong winds. Residents in these areas should monitor the latest forecast updates. So that's what that looks like. Here's the cone. Cone right here has a tropical depression by Monday. Again, this thing is going to be moving super slow. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens because this thing's just moving too slow for us to really figure out. If this thing was moving a bit faster, I think it would stay stronger a little bit longer. But it has, by the time it gets around Mexico, Guatemala, it will be a depression. So, or to the Mexican-Guatemala border. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else for the tropics that we're watching for, just Sarah. And that seems to be about it. So let's go on and talk about our live radar one more time. You can see nothing going on. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. We're at 302 subscribers, trying to hit the 400 subscribers. Let's get there. Go on and hit the share button as well if you have not, and hit the subscribe button if you have not already. The like button as well, because that YouTube recommends it more if you hit the like button more. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of your Friday, and I'll be back tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. live with another forecast update.